Welcome to this episode of NerdSmithing.
And today we are talking about Star Wars Celebration.
Yes. I think there's one we're missing, right?
Yes, we're missing the 442 FYE exclusive Stormtrooper.
Yeah. So, and which I guess was supposed to be a Emerald City Comic Con from last year.
Yeah, that's what we were.
Yeah.
That's what we kind of thought as a rumor, but then I guess it showed up at Celebration this year.
Yep. So, I was really lucky to get the Rey speeder. Really lucky.
And I managed to get lucky to get a hold of the Qui-Gon here.
Yeah. So.
So I guess we'll kind of start off with, just kind of go down the line with what came out this year, and I guess just talk about a little bit of these. So the first one I got is the Chopper in the Rebellion disguise.
Mm-hmm.
Yet again, same thing like I talked before about the Rebellion
don't
box,
know a lot about it.
Rebels box. I didn't know a lot, but this one's kind of a cool little thing because the spring. So they have the little spring inside here.
I didn't even see that. It's on his feet.
So that's their way, instead of like the bobbling head, that's their way of doing the bobblehead.
Oh, that's actually kind of cool.
So
yeah,
it's really cool. It's kind of funny. Makes it adorable in my opinion. It's just so. Yeah. That's what they didn't do with like the R2-D2s and stuff like that.
They have a weird bobble on the R2s. I remember when I pulled them out. I actually passed on that one just because I don't really know a lot about the show. But
me being a completist, I gotta get them all.
And so at Hot Topic there was that one, and then this one, which is the
Han Solo.
Han Solo that is in his action pose, what they're calling it. So they have the other one that comes out, looks exactly the same. He's in the regular just Funko stand.
Yeah, it's the standing.
Yeah, but this one is just the action pose. And with all the Star Wars, they come off their base. I know some people didn't know that. I didn't know that when I first got them. That's kind of why I wasn't getting them, because I didn't really like the base. I was like, it looks weird compared to all the rest of them.
Yeah, and like a lot of people too, they always forget that they'll take them out of the box and then not realize that there is a stand.
And it falls off.
So, they not even realize there was a stand on there. So they just take them out and then they toss the box aside and like, well, these things can't stand at all. So
some of them definitely, like the Princess Leia, I'm sure would not be able to stand.
Well, that's how like a lot of the that's how like this Thrawn I think would be too, is if he was off the stand.
Yeah, they have really small legs. They're nice. There's some paint flaws I noticed when I pulled them out, like on his hands.
Yeah.
And
you got a little smudge there on the back of his arm.
So
that's it's kind of the concern with always taking them out of box, but
yeah. These I'll probably keep these in. Actually, most of my Star Wars ones I keep in the box.
Yeah, I'm definitely the same way.
Yeah.
So the next one I got is Thrawn, also from the Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
This was kind of very highly anticipated one for like a lot of people.
It was, yeah.
This
a lot of people
were talking
about.
But what I like about this one, is the detail of every little button on here.
The sculpt on his face is really cool.
Yeah, all the indentations on his face. It's really unique, and this one actually came out pretty good. If you can see, our little sticker here. The sticker kind of came out.
Oh yeah.
That's the unfortunate thing of when you have to order online versus going into the store and picking it up, because you can kind of.
Yeah, and they did actually show up at a lot of the Toys R Us's.
Yeah.
It was kind of one of those things, like with the hooded Luke. I think there was like 2 per store.
Yeah, then I think I've heard then it went online and all that stuff. Yeah. And then people were starting to get it. So.
Yeah. I will go with Princess Leia. This is actually my first, aside from the big 3-pack, of the Princess Leia, and I like the Hoth stuff. I've got the other Hoth characters.
The other ones were all GameStop and. Yep.
So very, like I said, small legs, probably would not last off of her stand.
Yeah.
So, actually, everything looks really good on this one. Plain, but the details in like her little pads on her feet.
And the hair. How they did the hair was pretty awesome.
Yep, the braids and stuff. They really captured it. They always do with Princess Leia, though.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, very good one.
So
always bobbling.
So the next one I have is the Garand spy here, and this one was I'm trying to remember which one this one was. It showed up.
Was it Boxlunch or
no? That was the Boxlunch. Was the
Princess Leia?
Was the Princess Leia? Oh, that's right. It was Walgreens. Walgreens was this one. I love the detail of this one. This one's kind of heavy for what it was.
It is really cool looking.
But if you wanted, same kind of thing. If you look at the top here, it got some weird little smudges on it. It's like their fingerprints, but they're not.
Yeah, it's just weird paint flaws.
But I mean, that's like, it's like, you know, like the stealth black kind of colors where, so, you know,
the flat,
you'll see
flat black.
Yeah, so you'll see anything as soon as it's on it.
It is pretty heavy though.
Yeah,
that's another one that I passed on. I just didn't really know much about the character.
Well, I love because he's holding the little detonator.
Yep,
it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is a really cool looking pop, and it was one of those ones I went back and forth on, but I just kind of last minute was, just didn't know. So this is one that I was really looking forward to, was the hooded Luke. I think they did a really good job with it. I don't have the regular non-hooded Luke. I just thought this one was cool. So there are, again, you know, a few paint flaws, nothing major, but it's also kind of heavy compared to the other ones.
And this, like, what I like about what they did with, like, a lot of some of the newer ones, they started adding all their actual lightsabers instead of just being in that normal stance, and that's what it's kind of unique, and that's what makes it interesting. It changes it up, and adds a little bit more stuff to it. But,
and detail, it's a plain, but I like the flat on gloss that they do. Like, you know, get the flat on top and the gloss down here. I like it when I like when they mix it up like that for sure.
Yeah.
So
and then two of the big ones that were actually the biggest struggles out of anything.
Yeah.
If you've heard anything about these,
this was bad.
So was the Qui-Gon. I mean, this definitely became probably, besides the Rey speeder, this became the biggest hot item.
And the Rey speeder wasn't a fiasco. Like, we knew when it was going to drop. It just there wasn't a lot. This one was just a.
I mean, if you didn't know how it went down, what happened was so they gave a release date, you know, and so when you're doing exclusives and stuff like that, you know, they give release dates. You don't know if it's actually going to release on that day.
Yeah.
And so
with all of these though, everything came out on the same day.
Yep.
Every one of these came out on the same day except for this one.
And they said it, you know, it was the day of the convention, which is usual, common. But then they said, okay, we're going to do it on the Sunday, which was weird because it was on Easter Sunday, which they were closed. So it kind of made things interesting. And then all of a sudden they started to sell. You know, you use things like BrickSeek and stuff like that to, you know, to gauge how much is in there, how, you know, if they start to sell, where they're at.
And there was a lot of people that actually took the day off to go. And
I did it. I mean, I did Force Friday, but I just couldn't do it on this one.
Yeah, but, and it was, you know, that was the main one that a lot of people were looking for, and the way they made it sound was Target made it sound like it was going to be this big deal, and that they would have a bunch of them and it would be fine, and then it was like each store got like maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So
and then, I mean, you know, they were selling stuff. So it made it, and then they weren't letting people have it, and it became a big fiasco. Unfortunately, it happens. That's just kind of what happens in this.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that I can still get my hands on one eventually. It'll be the
But this
struggle.
is definitely a really awesome piece. Awesome. I mean, I always thought it was kind of weird the fact that they did basically a holographic or a force ghost, because, you know, if you ever obviously seen the movies, he never showed up.
No,
there was only just speculation talk that I want to say it was Rebels. I think somebody said is that he showed up in that. So but I don't know. I mean, it's
still a cool pop.
Oh, it's definitely. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, the other unfortunate thing people were having was the heads were falling off.
The bodies were popping apart.
It was.
So yeah, it was. Yeah. It's still cool, and the original. I mean, the one that came out first, which was the painted regular one, that was like ridiculous. There was like, it's $175 right now or something.
300.
300. Oh, dang! Yeah, it went even more. So yeah, now we've got Rey, which was
a
Wal-Mart exclusive, and
this one was, to me, probably the coolest piece out of any of these. He's most amazing. The detail to this one.
Yeah, and like I said, I didn't get it the day of. I actually something came up and they said I was basically mass spanning the website. I was just refresh, and it popped up, and I was able to order it, and I tried the rest of that day and the following next 2 days to try and get another one for these guys.
And it would show up and disappear. Show up, disappear.
Yeah, we all tried. Tried.
I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, right now I think it's at like $100 for this. I mean, which is about common for an exclusive with Ride, and especially, I mean, with this
one. The deluxe ride, and the paint job is amazing. My only beef with it is I wish they would have done it on this side, because I think it looks so much cooler with the.
Oh yeah, to have that on the
netting on the side where she's actually, because when it's in the box, it's like this.
So but you don't even see the netting.
Yeah, you don't even see that, and I think that's one of the coolest details of the pop. And they hit it in the back. For people who are inbox collectors, they'll never even see it.
But that's kind of the thing between.
Yeah. I mean, the paint on it's just amazing.
And I like, because it's all the different colors and the way they blend it and make it. I mean, it's just, to me, this is probably gonna be a top 10 favorite.
Yeah, I said, I'm really glad I got it. I was really hoping to get my main one, but I didn't. So this was like one of the second one that I wanted. The only issue that I had when I got it is when they actually delivered it. Is the box looks pretty decent. They did box cut the top.
And you see that all the time with a lot, especially with a lot of bigger boxes. You'll see it, because it's like they line it up where the cut's going to be. So they cut it and it cuts straight across, and it's the unfortunate thing. But obviously if you're not a box collector, that's usually not a problem. If you're an inbox, I'm a big inbox. It's unfortunate, but I still accept it, because that's just, you're going to get it that way regardless. And
I'm both, but I do like to have a nice box, because I do display the things, in the box. Especially the big ones. Like the big ones I don't really like to take out of the box, just because I think they look really cool. But this one, because I just think it's just such a shame that they put the stuff on the other side.
Yep.
Because I think that would be very cool. But it was funny when they delivered it. It looks like they took this out of the box, did the box cut on top, and then put it in another box that's almost the same size as this. So it was like they took it out of the box, put it in a box. So, but.
Well, it
is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got it. I'm extremely happy that I got it.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I think that is it for
the celebration.
For the celebration ones, yeah.
So.
I'm happy. We got all but
it was a success. It's a lot of fun. When you get to do these kind of hunts like that, I love it. Yeah. Makes it fun in this, how we do this.
Just wish they would have done a little better with the Qui-Gon. That was everything else we knew when it was going to come out, when it was going to drop, how it was going to hit, but that one was the only one.
That wasn't on Funko. That was actually on. That was unfortunately on Target itself, but
for sure,
it is what it is.
So, but
as always,
like
and subscribe.
Stay awesome.
And take care.